Okay, my 8th standards, welcome back. Okay, so we stopped with the Reformation, the meaning of Reformation. Now we start with the causes of Reformation. 4 different points. Now, please again take out your textbook, come to page number 13. The first cause for the Reformation to take place is Renaissance. अभी Renaissance के अंदर जो भी हमने points read किया है, we have understood कितना खूबसूरत change हुआ था. Okay, so many beautiful, good things have taken place. The only new thing that has actually taken place during Reformation was printing press. Okay, printing press के वजह से बहुत अच्छा change हो गया. Why? Because now you could actually have printed material. Fine. पहले printed material was not possible. So whatever now you want to write, you want to tell people, everything was possible through the printing press. Fine. And the most important thing during Renaissance time was questioning. तुम क्वेश्चन करते थे, चैलेंज करते थे, ये सब कुछ now who is getting that problem? It is the Pope. उनको मालूम पड़ गया now people have started asking questions. First he could tell them, they used to believe him blindly, but now people are asking questions, they are challenging him, and now the people have started even reading the Bible. So if you are reading the Bible, you come to know कि Bible तो कुछ और बोल रहा है, and the Pope is telling something else. So that was the reason where now the Pope is getting little scared कि अभी I have to be little careful. Okay, so the first cause for Reformation to take place is Renaissance. Okay, which is page number 14 में what is this diagram के picture के नीचे जो भी दिया है, they are the same things what we have explained here. Only the new point what you have to remember is the printing press. Second reason for the cause of Reformation is called as evil practices in the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, that is again page number 14 on the right hand side. Okay, there are first one is what kind of life these Roman Catholic Church priests is supposed to live. They are supposed to live a very simple and a very good life. मतलब हमको पता है ना priest का life कैसे होता है. They are not supposed to be wealthy people. मतलब पैसे के पीछे ऐसा नहीं था, नहीं होना चाहिए. लेकिन Roman Catholic Church के जो priest होते थे, what kind of a life they were actually leading? They were leading a very wealthy life, and they were not leading a life which is supposed to be like of a priest. So people started thinking कि ये ऐसे कैसे? मतलब इनका लाइफ तो एकदम सिंपल होना चाहिए, बट हाउ आर दे लिविंग सो सोफिस्टिकेटेड लाइफ. ओके, नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग व्हाट दीज पीपल यूज्ड टू डू इज they used to have all the luxury, wealth and comfort in the life. Fine. And यूरोप का 1/3 of the land भी पूरा चर्च के नाम पे उन लोग करके रखते थे. Like they used to tell the kings if this land does not belong to the kingdom, they used to take away that. Okay, and they used to have those land for themselves. Fine. They basically forgot about anything and everything, and they used to feel that कि now whatever is there, this is ours. तो उन लोग इस तरह से करते थे. Next is they started taking taxes in the name of Tithe and Peter's penance. ठीक है, Tithe का मतलब होता है 1/10 of your income should be given to the church every month. मतलब that was compulsory. So at times the people used to give, but at times there used to be people who used to even stand against, and they used to say हम क्यों दें, मतलब ठीक है हम लोग अपने आप से देते हैं दान, donation, that is a different thing. But when the church used to say कि you have to give compulsorily, so people used to ask that why. Next is Saint Peter's penance. Saint Peter's penance का मतलब था, there was Pope Leo X who wanted to make a church by the name of Saint Peter's Church. What did he do is he started selling indulgence. Indulgence का मतलब क्या होता है? A sheet of paper where there are different points written down. Okay, that if whatever sin you do in this present life, okay, all your sin will be washed away if you purchase this indulgence. Now people used to purchase these indulgences, it's just a sheet of paper. Lekin because the Pope is selling it, Pope used to sell it for different price. मतलब तुम्हारे पास से 10,000 रुपया लिया, इसके पास से 20,000 रुपया लिया, इसके पास से 1 लाख रुपया लिया, and people used to purchase those indulgences, and they used to feel कि अभी हमने अगर कुछ गुनाह किया तो भी भगवान हमें माफ कर देगा, and we will get place in the heaven. So people were even purchasing indulgence, and who used to get the money? The Pope used to get the money, and he used to make a lot of money, and this money he used to use in the making of the church. So ये गलत काम हो रहा था, evil practice हो रहा था church में. Next is there was bribery and corruption that was a lot inside the church. बहुत होता था. Like for example, if you go to the church and the Pope used to say that you have to give money for for your ancestors. Your ancestors came in the dream and they are unhappy. You have to do some kind of penance. You have to do some kind of meditation. You have to do so many different things where you have to actually do something like where your forefathers will be happy. So all these things were basically being told. So बहुत बहुत फर्क पड़ता था. So people used to believe and they used to make a lot of money with this. Fine. Next is the church started the practice of selling indulgence. जो मैंने अभी बोला. मतलब indulgence is nothing but actually a sheet of paper. And this sheet of paper was basically sold to the common people. Common people used to purchase it. And they used to feel that yes, हमारा life एकदम ही secured हो गया. Now this was the unfortunate thing. See, it is written there. It used to be a passport to heaven. मतलब तुम्हारा जो भी sin है सब कुछ wash off हो गया and you are going to get direct entry into the heaven. Next is the reason for the Reformation to take place is writings of eminent scholars. Now when I am talking about eminent scholars, two important scholars named they have written down here. One is John Wycliffe and John Huss. They used to do a lot of writing. Because हम लोग हमेशा बोलते हैं a pen is mightier than sword. The more you write, okay, the more people will read, the more change can take place. And that is what they basically did. Okay, so they started spreading awareness about what is happening inside the church, and because printing press already came, so that was the biggest advantage. So now the church cannot actually, you cannot fool the people. The church had to be very careful. उनको पता चल गया कि now the people are reading and understanding things. Next is rise of strong rulers. हमने देखा है यहाँ पे बोला था politically भी the church was in control of the kings. Now the kings have become even more stronger. Okay, they have emerged even more stronger and they have understood कि church का काम, pope का काम क्या होता है? With anything regard to the church, that is taken care by the pope. But anything with regard to the administration of the kingdom, who is in charge? The king. मतलब king pope के काम में दखल अंदाज नहीं करना चाहिए and the pope should not interfere in the life of the king. So now the king is also become strong and they have told the pope directly no interference in our administration, because now even the people of the kingdom have come to know कि somewhere something was going wrong and now we have to change. Okay. Next is rise of national consciousness. National consciousness means the whole of Europe has become nationally conscious. Conscious मतलब aware. They have come to know कि now if we are not going to stand together and make this change, फिर reformation कभी नहीं होगा. And now even the church has understood now we cannot actually take advantage of the people because printing press आ गया है, king is getting stronger, eminent scholars are writing books and everything. So now people are reading and understanding things. ठीक है? So they understood the meaning of, what's the meaning of independence and free. They wanted to free themselves from the papal control. Papal control means from the control of the pope. Like people who were so much into the pope, now they understood कि नहीं, हमको अभी we want to free ourselves, क्योंकि दिन रात खाली हमको हमारे दिमाग में खाली pope ही था, and he used to keep on tell us what to do and what not to do. We want to come out of it. We want to become free. We want to live in a country which is completely free. Okay, so rise of national consciousness. So you have 5 causes that took place for the Renaissance. Lekin one that cause which actually changed everything was the entry of a well-known German monk by the name of Martin Luther. Who is Martin Luther? He is from Germany. He is a monk, okay, and he is a professor in the Wittenberg University of Theology. Theology मतलब उन्होंने इतना religion का study किया है. He came to know that something is really deadly going wrong, and he decided I have to bring that change. And he was the person who brought that change, and that change is called as the Reformation or the Protestant movement. Okay? So coming down to the role of Martin Luther, very important person. He was a German monk. He was dead against the sale of indulgence. उन्होंने जब sale of indulgence का देखा, he was shocked. He said, "Oh my God, how are the people being fooled? And people are even purchasing the indulgence." उन्होंने क्या किया? Sale of indulgence के against उन्होंने 95 points, 95 thesis उन्होंने लिखा, which is called 95 points against the Pope, against the Roman Catholic Church. And where did he nail it? He nailed it outside the church, so that the people who are coming and going inside the church will read and understand कि हमारे साथ गलत हुआ है, हमारे साथ में जो कुछ भी इतने साल से हो रहा था वो गलत हो रहा है, एंड वी हैव टू चेंज, एंड दिस चेंज कैन बी डन इफ वी ऑल कम टुगेदर. So he actually stood against the Roman Catholic Church, a very, very strong person, and he knew if I am not going to do this, then the change will not take place. Okay, what did he do is he established a different church called as Lutheran Church. मतलब जो मार्टिन लूथर को फॉलो करोगे वो चर्च का नाम था लूथरन चर्च. And Lutheran Church में what are you following? You are not following what the Roman Catholic Church is doing. You are only following what the Bible tells you. He did a great job of translating the Bible into German language because he belonged to Germany. ठीक है? Now, when he established the Lutheran Church, कौन गुस्से में खड़े हो गए उनके सामने? It's quite natural. Roman Catholic Church, fine. रोमन कैथलिक चर्च के जो पोप थे उन्होंने क्या किया? उन्होंने उनको एक्सकम्युनिकेट कर दिया, बोल दिया यू आर आउट फ्रॉम द सिटी, यू विल नॉट कम एनीवेयर नियर द चर्च, तुम्हारे साथ कोई बात नहीं करेगा, यू आर आउट. ओके, मतलब तुम्हारे यू आर कंप्लीटली एक्सकम्युनिकेटेड, तुम्हारा कोई रिश्ता नहीं है किसी के साथ में. ओके, वी थ्रो यू आउट फ्रॉम द सोसाइटी. So, but this person, because he's a big reformer, they will not just, again like, oh my God, what we'll do. No. What did he do is, he did not bother whatever the Pope told. He burned the order and he said, I'm not bothered about anything. Fine. And he went ahead with what all changes he wanted to do. But unfortunately, the Pope ordered the German King Charles V to punish Martin Luther. Okay, the Pope told the German king, you better punish this person because he is making this change and he is trying to change in the Roman Catholic Church. Okay, he is trying to change the people who are the Roman Catholic followers. Okay, so the king also said that okay, I'll try to punish him, but fortunately the Duke of Saxony protected him. Duke of Saxony, what did he do is he kept him, मार्टिन लूथर को 1 साल के लिए उसने हाइड आउट में रखा. 1 साल के लिए उसने हाइड आउट में रखा. किसी को नहीं पता था वेयर वॉज मार्टिन लूथर, लेकिन वो हाइड आउट में भी मार्टिन लूथर वॉज डूइंग हिज ग्रेट वर्क. What did he do is he translated the Bible into German language and people started understanding what the Bible was all about. मतलब बाइबल कुछ और बोल रहा था. Unfortunately, the Roman Catholic Church was telling something else. So you can say the blind faith, the injustice, जो कुछ भी हो रहा था, the people actually opened up their eyes. They came to know कि ये change was so important. And if this change would not have happened, उनका life would have actually come to an end. Okay? Now, unfortunately, when he translated the Bible into Germany, can you imagine what happened? A long and a bloody war took place between the Roman Catholic Church and the Protestant. मतलब इतना war हो गया था, there was so much of bloodshed because Roman Catholic Church को समझ में आ गया कि Protestant is standing against us. And unfortunately, the Catholic generation was divided into 2 sections called as the Roman Catholic Church and the Protestants. And today we have that. Okay, we have Roman Catholic Church people and we have Protestants who actually go to Lutheran churches. Fine. So this was a great job what Martin Luther basically did. Fine. Now what all points I have written down out over here, you can study like this way, your points are ready. ठीक है, इसको थोड़ा खाली elaborate करना है, वो तुम टेक्स्ट बुक रीड करोगे पेज नंबर 15 में फुल मैंने I have completely put it out over there, so you don't have to worry. Now impact of Reformation. अभी रिफॉर्मेशन हो गया, रिफॉर्मेशन क्यों हुआ, क्यों होना था वो हमने समझ लिया, मीनिंग समझ लिया, इसका कॉज क्यों रिफॉर्मेशन होना था वो हमने समझ लिया. वी स्पोक अबाउट मार्टिन लूथर एज अ होल पैराग्राफ. ठीक है, अभी रिफॉर्मेशन का इम्पैक्ट क्या था. इम्पैक्ट, फर्स्ट पॉइंट, द चर्च वॉज स्प्लिट अप परमानेंटली. ठीक है, रोमन कैथलिक चर्च एंड द प्रोटेस्टेंट चर्च. Second, civil war. Civil war का मतलब क्या होता है? War between the common people broke out in many countries between the Catholics and the Protestants. Okay, Catholics का मतलब होता है people who belong to the Roman Catholic Church. और Protestants के बीच में बहुत सारा war होने लग गया था. ठीक है? Now, coming to page number 16, religious intolerance, hatred, persecution of Protestants in Catholic countries and Catholics in Protestant countries became the order of the day. मतलब इतने सारे countries में जहाँ पे रोमन कैथलिक चर्च के कैथलिक्स होते थे वहाँ पे प्रोटेस्टेंट्स यूज्ड टू किल देम, एंड जहाँ पे प्रोटेस्टेंट्स होते थे वहाँ पे रोमन कैथलिक के लोग यूज्ड टू किल देम. मतलब देयर यूज्ड टू बी सो मच ऑफ ब्लडशेड. फाइन, अनफॉर्चुनेटली क्योंकि रोमन कैथलिक ने सोचा कि हाउ कैन द प्रोटेस्टेंट स्टैंड अगेंस्ट अस, वी आर द सुप्रीम एंड वी आर एवरीथिंग, अनफॉर्चुनेटली. Fourth point, religious persecution of the Protestants in England was a major reason for their migration and colonization of North America. So by the end of the 18th century, the colonists would establish the United States of America. मतलब इतने सारे persecution हुआ है. Persecution का मतलब होता है killing. इतना religious killing हो गया था that people had to leave one place and go to another place, and they had to settle down there. क्योंकि बोलते हैं ना कि unfortunately in the name of the two sections inside Christianity, there was so much of bloodshed, unfortunately, that the world was actually crying. There was so much of bloodshed, there was tears of blood happening, and in the end of the day, of course, it is still the same. Like we have two sections which is still there. Okay, counter reformation. Coming to your third last point, called as counter reformation. What is the meaning of counter reformation? Reformation is this, ठीक है, जब कुछ गंदा था उसको हमने चेंज किया, उसको रिफॉर्मेशन बोलते हैं. जब चेंज हो जाने के बाद में, नाउ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग हियर इज काउंटर रिफॉर्मेशन टेक्स प्लेस अगेन इन द कैथलिक चर्च. व्हेन द पोप कम्स टू नो दैट देयर ओन पीपल आर लीविंग द रोमन कैथलिक चर्च एंड आर गेटिंग कन्वर्टेड इनटू प्रोटेस्टेंटिज्म, द पोप डिसाइडेड दैट इंस्टेड ऑफ आवर पीपल गोइंग इनटू अ न्यू सेक्ट, इट इज बेटर दैट वी चेंज आवरसेल्फ. That is called as counter reformation. मतलब हमारे लोग दूसरे सेक्शन में जाने से अच्छा है that why don't we improve ourselves, why don't we improve our rules and regulations, why don't we change ourselves. That is called as counter reformation, and that actually took place in the church in a very positive manner. ठीक है, counter reformation का second paragraph में देखो, first 3 lines is your definition for counter reformation. The reform movement within the Catholic Church in response to the Protestant movement is known as counter reformation. मतलब प्रोटेस्टेंट मूवमेंट के अगेंस्ट नहीं थे, प्रोटेस्टेंट मूवमेंट अपना काम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हमको भी चेंजेस लेकर आना है हमारे में ही, so that our people don't go into Protestantism. That change is called as counter reformation. Okay, now now impact takes place, counter reformation मतलब सब अच्छा हो रहा है. Now beautiful things taking place again is called as rise of nation states. Now what is the meaning of rise of nation states? Okay, coming to page number 16, rise of nation states का paragraph देखो. The Protestants championed means started the cause of the independent and strong rulers, totally free from the control of the Catholic Church. मतलब Protestants were living a life that was completely free, क्योंकि कोई चर्च उन लोग के ऊपर दबाव नहीं डाल रहे थे. They were all the followers of Martin Luther, and Martin Luther means followers of the Bible. Several European rulers assumed power as the head of the church as well as the government. काफी सारे जो European rulers थे, they were also feeling so free कि now they could even rule the way that they want, and they could even take control of the church also. क्योंकि अभी कहीं ना कहीं Roman Catholic Church has become little थम गया है, मतलब थोड़ा down हो गया है. The loyalty of the people was now confined only to their ruler. मतलब the people living in the kingdom was happy कि now we are only responsible to the ruler. We are not responsible to the pope. नहीं तो पहले जो pope बोलता था वही सुनना पड़ता था. ठीक है? And they were no longer divided between the Roman Church and the government. This marked the beginning of an evolution of a nation state. Okay? Nation state means comprising of people bound by common ties of culture, history, language and territory under one government and one ruler is called as a nation state. Best example, India. India is a nation state because we have a predefined boundary. We don't have a ruler, but we have a democratic government. We have the main, who's the president, nominal head, and we have the executive, that is the prime minister and his council of ministers. We are happy under them. They take decision for the people. Okay, the judiciary is doing their work, the executive is doing their work, and the religion is doing their work. Okay, so nobody is interfering in each other's work. Such a state is called as a nation state. So for the first time, nation state started coming up. पता है ना यहाँ पे हमने क्या read किया था? Politically also the church was involved in the life of the king. ठीक है, administration देखने का, politically सब कुछ. अभी ये कुछ नहीं होगा. Church अपना काम करेगा of religion, and the king will do his work. That is the meaning of a nation state. इसके साथ साथ में इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट स्टार्टेड टेकिंग प्लेस. देखा, जब कुछ अच्छा होता है उसका एंड रिजल्ट भी अच्छा ही होता है. ठीक है. नाउ इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट में आफ्टर द रिफॉर्मेशन द ड्रेन ऑफ वेल्थ from Christian countries to Rome came to an end. The rulers of these nation states used their improved finance resources to introduce various reforms and improve the economic condition of the people. मतलब पहले जो पैसा जा रहा था चर्च के नाम पे, वही पैसा अब खुद कंट्री के अंदर यूज हो रहा है. Okay, economically now the country is becoming stronger and stronger. देखो, trade, agriculture, industry, everything started flourishing. Welfare of the people was a primary concern of the rulers who won the loyalty and support of the people and they became strong and powerful. मतलब बोलता है ना, अंत भला तो सब भला, वैसे होता है. Like everything is having a very happy ending and इसका ending क्यों happy हो गया? Because सबसे बड़ा change कहाँ पे हो गया था? In the Roman Catholic Church. इसमें change हो गया. The main man who brought this change was none other than the role of Martin Luther. And उसके वजह से everything really went on very well. So you can say that the chapter basically tells you this is why it is called as transition. देखा, history, then we understood the sources of history. Renaissance से देखो किस पे आ गए हम लोग? We came to the economic development. Okay, we spoke about the nation states. Go through the chapter again, fine, everything. Write down again your doubts. कोई भी word का meaning नहीं समझ में आएगा. Go through the link again and again, read it, fine. And if you have any doubts, we shall surely meet. Don't have to worry. Enjoy your time. Take care. Bye. And we'll meet you very soon. Take care.